Have you ever been beaten up?
Have I ever been beaten up?
Yeah. Have you ever been in a fight?
No. I really stayed out of things. I was definitely the instigator, but when it got to a point where I was about to fight, I'd be like, "Yo, chill out. We're just kidding."
Would that have to do with your size, by any chance?
No. The one. Okay. I have a little incident. There were these. I used to ride the school bus to school every day up until senior year. I was obsessed with the school bus.
By choice.
By choice, because my neighbor would drive her car to school. She'd offer me rides, but I loved the school bus because everybody there was like a little family. I keep in mind, I was one of the only kids that loved school.
Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification to get notified about new posts and to help the channel grow.
Like, I loved everything about it. But there were these two kids on the bus, 2 or 3 kids. They were like outcasts. They were like, honestly, no one liked them. They were seniors.
Yeah.
They were straight out of Russia, heavy Russian accents, and they just didn't give a crap about school. They were big and tough dudes, like typical bullies.
Yeah.
And
they didn't assimilate.
yeah, and they were just like, we don't care about school, and we don't care about anybody. And they were the type of kids that would have to have like extra they would have to go to class with like one-on-one teachers because they needed special attention, because in a regular classroom setting, they would just cause havoc and they would get into arguments and whatever.
Right. Like you'd go by the school and you could peek in that little school window and you see them.
It was him.
Yeah.
And I in high school, I had a haircut that was like swoopy and I had like flippy hair. And almost every time I would get on the bus, the main guy would be like, look at this. It is Justin Bieber. How have we been granted this privilege to see Justin Bieber on our school bus today? And like, it was funny like the first couple times, but it got annoying.
Someone play Despacito, please. Justin Bieber, can you give us a private concert right now?
It was funny the first like week or two, but after month 6 or 7, it got to the point where it was very annoying. And this is probably the lowest point of my life at this point.
This is your lowest point.
Yes, me getting on the bus with my Gucci flip-flops. No, it wasn't the lowest point of my life.
I can't believe this is your lowest point.
No, it was the point of my life I regret the most. I was getting on the bus. We were going home. I'm like, yay, we're going home. Let's do this. And I'm walking by him. I see him. I would always go to the back of the bus because that's where the party was. And he would sit in the front because he got a detention, and he wasn't allowed to sit in the back. He had to be like monitored by the bus driver.
He was a real problem.
He is a huge problem.
Wow.
And
he's basically in shackles, this guy walking around like a really nice high school.
Yes, exactly. And I walk by him to get to the back of the bus, and he goes, Bieber. He goes, Bieber. Like under his breath. And dude, me, like straight out of a movie, like a nerd standing up to a bully who's about to get his face kicked in, just turns around, and my friend's in front of me, like my best friend Alex, and I turn around and I go, you know what? Like straight up like that. I'm just fuming, and I'm like, you know what? It's not funny. It's not funny. You've said it so much. It's not funny at this point. I don't think it's funny. I think it's annoying. I don't care for it. It doesn't bother me. I'm done. I'm sick of it.
Yeah. And everyone stood up and gave you a standing ovation.
No. And as I'm doing this, the Russian guy, he just has the biggest smile on his face. He's like, oh my God, I have gotten to Bieber. He's so pissed. And I give him this, like, I give him everything I'm thinking, and I turn around and go back to my seat, and my friend Alex is like turns to me when we sit down, and he goes, why the fuck did you just do that? You just looked like an idiot. And I'm like, I know, and I was so embarrassed because I looked completely pathetic, and it was not like cool. It was not like guy finally stands up to bully. It was like the bullies finally got to him.
Right.
And he was very embarrassed and heartbroken.
Nerd snaps.
Nerd snaps, that's what it was. And I genuinely looked like a complete loser. Like, I hope no one I've never been so vulnerable in my life.
Did people laugh?
No, it was people were just getting on the bus, so there wasn't anybody really there.
So what did he do? What did the Russian dude do?
Nothing. He just sat back down. He laughed, and I just ignored him, and I felt like an idiot.
Did he call you Bieber the next day?
Let me tell you one thing, guys. Definitely, if you're getting bullied in school, don't give in. Just let him
Don't do what David did and have your voice crack like that.
Don't stand up for yourself.
I love the way that I feel like you really did that. Honestly, I love that. You know what?
No, it was straight up white nerdy kid who has his pants pulled up past his belly button. Was like, you know what? That's not funny anymore. I have parents,
but that's good.
My dad works for the PTA, and he can have your bus privileges revoked like this.
And maybe if you guys gave a crap about the school a little bit, we could all be friends. But you guys don't seem to be interested in that, do you?
And by the way, next time at lunch, if I don't see you recycle, you're going to be hearing from my dad. No, it was bad. And that's why I think I really needed that, because it taught me a very valuable life lesson in how not to speak out in certain situations. And the best bet there was to ignore it. And I understand some of you guys are probably listening to this and they're like, "What? Just play along with the jokes and make them think that that it's funny." And I did for a really long time, for 4 or 5 months. I was laughing at the jokes. I would even make jokes about myself.
What are you saying right now?
One of the best parts about
it makes no sense what you're saying. Don't stand up for yourself if you're a nerd and have a high voice.
No,
that's ridiculous.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
What are you saying?
I'm just saying in certain situations, dude. It was a word that he said to me every day. It shouldn't have affected me the way it did. They were words. They shouldn't be a problem. And they never were to me a problem up until I should have just walked by, went to my seat, and he didn't bother me. He never touched me. He never physically harassed me.
Oh, okay.
I was never yes, okay, if you're getting beaten, obviously fucking do something. Don't.
But if someone calls you Bieber every day, you don't want to take that. It's like when those kids call me old. I beat the shit out of a couple of those.
You've
fans.
never touched me.
Huh?
You've never touched me. Yeah, because I'm scared. But no, but
you should stand up for yourself. That's bad advice. Don't listen to David. He's wrong on this one.
Maybe I'm wrong.
If just because you have a nerdy voice, if someone's calling you Bieber,
I'm not saying it's a nerdy voice, but it's just.
But if someone's calling you Bieber every day, if someone called me,
but what's the coolest way to stand up in a situation like that? Where do you go? Hey man, that's not cool. You're gonna get laughed at regardless, and there's no situation, there's no combination of words that you can say where everyone on the bus is gonna be like, yeah, Bieber's got a point. Yeah, stop that. There's no situation like that. It wasn't like a thing where he would see me in the halls and he'd harass me. It was just on the school bus. It was once.
I would just not take the school bus at all.
Okay, see, that's where you lose.
But
that's where you lose. Where you
you are such a freak of nature. I'll get on the school bus, Jason. I love it. I love that you love the school bus.
No,
who the fuck likes the school bus?
I did.
No one,
dude.
No one in the world,
dude. We would every time. Listen.
Please tweet me if you like the school bus. There'll be about 3 tweets, and they'll all be fucking weird nerds.
Every Friday when our friends would get off the bus, 30 of us in the back of the bus, we'd go na 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 na, hey, goodbye. As our friend would get off the bus, I swear on my life, it was the best.
And that was fun.
Dude, it was so fun.
Did you like the bus driver?
We were a community. No, the bus driver sucked. And remember, I told you the story of how we got pulled over.
Oh, yeah.
And it was bus 236. That was our bus. And it was.
What was the bus driver like?
We had a bunch of bus drivers. We had a cool bus drivers. Yeah. We had a douchey. We went through the whole thing. But we just stuck together. We were a team. We were kids from a neighborhood. And we were in a neighborhood that was lower middle class. So we didn't have... Because I went to a pretty rich white high school, so all the other kids had cars that they were driving to school and everything. And most of the kids in my neighborhood, none of us really had cars. So we were we all stuck together on the bus. We were yeah, this is it. We're the guy, and we would hang out in our neighborhoods a lot because we didn't have cars. We couldn't just drive to McDonald's. We were on bikes constantly, and we were on bikes in the neighborhood, just on the slides, on the swing set. That's what we would do every day. And we were, wow, I'm so passionate about this. Yeah, this was us. We were bus 236. No, but it was the best.
I would always kind of just get out of bullies by just talking to them. Don't you catch them when they're in not bullying. That seemed to work.
Jason's I would always get out of getting bullied by helping them with their vlogs and helping them shoot their videos. No, I think there's 100%.
Well, then what happened? You're not finishing the story.
Oh, I mean, I stood up to him,
And
right?
then did he call you Bieber the next day?
Fuck yeah, he did.
Oh, he did.
What do you mean?
Tell me what happened the exact next day.
The next
up,
day,
Bieber?
the next day, his friends were there, and it was just like, he was like, "What's up, Bieber?" And I like shook my head. I'm like, "Yep, this is me." And I went to go sit back down. I lost to him, and I was totally
What if it
okay
went
with
down
it.
like this?
What?
Listen, about yesterday, these past months when I call you Bieber, I actually really like Justin Bieber. And I think you have the same kind of charm. So I did not know how to express that.
I love you.
And it's been hard moving here. Me and Ishnad do not have a lot of friends. And I see you on this bus, and the way that you conduct yourself.
And you guys sing na 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 na. Hey hey.
We would like to sing the na 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 as well, but we are here in the front. It's a great Russian accent.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe
That would have been cool if that happened. Maybe, you know what? I'm glad you stood up to him. I think
it was.
I love that you love the bus. No, I don't know one
I loved
person.
high school, dude. I was obsessed.
That's
with it.
fine if you loved high school.
There was no point. There's no part of me that didn't like high school. High school was my jam, and I think right now.
Would you ever teach high school?
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah.
What would you teach?
Some bullshit class like graphics or driver's ed or something stupid.
You'd be great at driver's ed, David. You'd be
I feel
fucking
like
great.
So get in my Tesla, hit autopilot, and you're good. Here's your license.
You terrorize the students.
Yeah, I'd be like, let's see how close you can get to hitting that woman.
You're doing 80 and a 60. You fucking pussy. Gas this thing.
Red light, but we have to get to school or else you're gonna fail. So run this red light, bitch.
And no one would ever give you that.
No, I would. Yeah, but I would love to teach high school.